Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from My Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another beautiful ship from the Steam Workshop. Now, this is a first order Dreadnought created by Flygator, and I have to say, it is impeccably detailed, and at the same time, it is an illusion, because just look how small it is. It is pretty much a pocket Dreadnought. You can see it's been made out of the small ship block, so it could have a lot of detailing going on here. But you can see at the side, in these little areas, we've got the Gatling gun turrets. I'll do a full exterior tour, and then we'll take it for a little bit of a test flight. It's just an illusion. It looks massive in size from a distance, and since it's smaller, you think, oh, maybe it's further away, and then you get closer and closer, and if you were flying towards this, you'd end up hitting it. Now, having a look at the front here, you can see how the small armor blocks are great for adding detail into these various sections. So you can see, just to create them side sort of vast areas of detail, he's used the armor blocks, he's cut them down. Some of them are blast door blocks, and you can see to create these little cool little shield generators along the side here. In the red, we've actually just got ourselves some hologram type blocks as well. But for a small scale ship like this, the level of detailing you can go into is really quite immense. So having a look in these areas on the top deck, you can see to create the various little parts that are on the larger version you can see from a distance. You've got these little blocks that have been stuck together. Now these are the corner pieces that have been staggered off like so, just to create these little conning towers, these little areas. And you can see as well, another big sort of tactic that is done is you can see these little dots all over the place in varying different colors. Now the shade is ever so different, but by doing this, it creates that little ridge around the armored area that from a distance works to great effect to change the color of the grey itself. So moving down the center, we actually have an armor blast door block on either side, and that's staggered throughout until it reaches this central area that I really do like the look of. We've actually got the rounded in the center, and then we've got that little cut down block in there as well. Just adding some great detail and really sort of selling the replica of design. Now moving a little bit further back into these areas, you can see where he sloped the armor up. Now he's using them half blocks in this particular area just to give it a slight stagger, and you can see how that creates that shadow from the distance. And a lot about creating a really beautiful ship is knowing how to use shadows as well as the colors. So as we enter into the bridge areas towards the rear, we have the lower sort of bridge segment that's been tilted up. You can see the lights have been sort of integrated at various different segments here. So if we actually have a look at these are LCD screens that have just been colored into that orange sort of format. Very nice indeed. You can see the little blocks there, little different bits of color, just looking really nice and giving you that distant view that there is a bridge with different components going in on there. So as we come a little bit to the rear of the ship, we actually have the rear thruster cells that have been replicated with a varying different few strategies. So we've got the LCD camera, well, the LCD screens here just with the circles that have been left on them, as well as some buttons in various different sections. And as we come further away from it, that's when the design really pops to your eyes, and you see the lighting and the glow that it creates. It's just absolutely fantastic, and to think that it's all been done on such a smaller scale, that's what really blows my mind with it. Now coming underneath this ship, we actually have the weapons system themselves. Now, since it's a small ship, you'd expect it to pack a little bit less of a punch, but look at these cannons, Andre. Look at the detailing that's gone into them, this underneath rib. We've got a section there with the armor blast door blocks, the wheels, the tires, just how it all formulates together, as well as them rounded areas that have been broken up with the corner pieces once again. And then you've got the venting at the rear section, just giving you that really powerful weapon type feel. Now, in a lot of other designs, when people design weapons, they make them look too simple, and it's all about adding the layers upon layers and staggering the design to create that field or depth into the actual design. So as we come a little bit further forward, you can see we've got the armor blast door blocks there, adding a little bit more ribbon, a bit more venting. We've got the hangar bay here. You can see there's a micro little TIE fighter in there itself that could drop down from the rack in the real one, and they come out of the hull screaming with that amazing sound that they have. It's probably one of my favourite sort of Star Wars type ship sounds, the TIE Fighter, as it just screams towards you. You'll have to let me know what your favourite in the comment section below. Let's have a little bit of a test flight of this craft. So let's pop into the cockpit. Now the cockpit is located here between these little vents. It's just a standard sort of small ship cockpit, but you've got the blocks there showing the various different features using some of them programming blocks, and I'll show you the functionality of it. So for a ship of this tiny size, we've got some great maneuver sort of characteristics. Remember, all the thrusters are tucked inside, so you get this really funky type glowing effect as you're moving it. But remember, you might have some issues with clipping of blocks inside, so I've done exactly just that. And this is probably because Aaron should have read the actual instructions, and it might have required some components to be turned off. But you've got quite a good maneuver type ratio here. We can accelerate. Let's give it a little bit of gas. Quite slow acceleration for a small ship, and we've not got great maneuverability, but on a small replica scale, it is fantastic. It's a lovely design, great replica, some really cool features going on here. I just love how the shadows cast around it. Great build. Let's thank you guys for watching, and let me know in the comment section what you would like to see next.